Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. The Battlefield 6 multiplayer beta is coming up here very soon, and today I wanted to detail absolutely everything you need to know about the beta, from full times to the rewards available, everything that'll be available in the beta itself, from weapons to maps, modes, etc. We've got the entire beta breakdown here today. So as we dive into all the details, if you enjoy the video, you find the information helpful, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. And if you're new here, you want to guarantee you're always up to date with everything going on for Battlefield 6, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and of course help us get one step closer to hitting 1 million subscribers. So let's start first with the official EA information courtesy of their website that details a few different things that everyone's going to need to know for this, how you can fully access everything, what the general breakdown is going to be. So by now we know the full official beta dates. Early access will be kicking off here on August 7th to 8th, starting super early. We'll break down all the full times here in just a moment, and then it's fully open for everyone. You don't need any special access or anything. You just go to your store, you search for it, you download it. You'll be able to access it completely for free on August 9th and 10th, and then also August 14th to the 17th there. So decent chunk of time there to access that completely open and free beta. But if you're looking for that early access, there's a few different ways you can actually get into this. So they give us this nice little rundown here in general. Of course, the Battlefield 6 beta is going to be on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and then also on PC via Steam, the Epic Games Store, or the EA app. So any of those, you can access this outright. The preload is actually already live. That went live earlier on this week. So if you're looking to jump in right as it launches, or you don't want to have to worry about downloading it when it's available when you get home from school or work or whatever, right? You can preload it now and have it ready to go the second you get some free time. Starting on the 7th, if you're in the early access, or the 9th when it fully launches, you can just jump right in without any delay there. Now, early access is kicking off at 8 UTC, which is 1 a.m. Pacific time, 4 a.m. Eastern time on August 7th. So I will be getting no sleep that day between Black Ops 6 Season 5 and this going live at 2 a.m. for me, but 1 a.m. Pacific time is when the beta kicks off on August 7th. Now, if you signed up for Battlefield Labs before July 31st, you're going to automatically get into this. They'll send you an email and say, hey, you're invited for the Battlefield 6 beta or whatever, you're good to go there. So even if you didn't get fully invited to labs to get to play the lab play tests, if you just signed up before July 31st, you're going to be able to straight up get a code and get an invite there for the Battlefield 6 beta. Obviously, we had the Twitch drops going on back from the reveal stream, but also now, if you are an EA Play Pro subscriber, you don't need a code. If you just log in with that EA account associated with your EA Play Pro subscription, you also get early access there as well. So any of those three methods will get you early access entry there. Also, in the middle of me editing this video, funny enough, my COD timing carries over to Battlefield. They also announced that through Twitch drops happening during the actual early access on August 7th, you can get an early access code that way too. So if you signed up for labs, if you got the Twitch drop, or if you watch any Battlefield 6 Twitch stream on the 7th for a minimum of 30 minutes, you have a chance to get an access code that way, in addition to some other rewards as well, including the Shattered Vehicle skin, the Mimic Weapon package, the Landslide Soldier skin, and the Imperial Soldier skin as well. For everyone else, of course, it opens up on August 9th at 1 a.m. Pacific yet again there, and closes on August 11th at 1 a.m. Pacific. You don't need a code or anything. You can just download it. And again, weekend 2 opening up at 1 a.m. Pacific on August 14th, going until August 17th at 1 a.m. Pacific. Now, the beta itself is going to be offering some exclusive rewards for anyone who plays during each weekend, which is pretty cool here. So as we can see, weekend 1's going to offer up quite a bit here. You get the Seeker Soldier skin, the All-Terrain Soldier skin, and then more. It looks like it's like weapon charms and maybe some emblems and whatnot going on there. There's also the Dominion Weapon package, and then the Lights Out player card. Now, this content here is only going to be available from August 9th to 10th as a part of the open beta there. I'd also imagine you could earn this during the early access, but it doesn't specify the date there, which is a little bit odd. And then you also have weekend 2, which has its own unique rewards. August 14th to the 17th, you play there, you'll get the War Machine vehicle skin, the Bat Company dog tag, and then also the Striking Distance weapon package. So if you were to go through and play both weekends here, you can actually get a decent amount of content, and all of this will become available at launch for Battlefield 6. Keep in mind, with the Battlefield 6 beta, your progress and everything is going to reset for hard launch. So any weapons you level up during the beta, whatever rank you get to in the beta, that's all going to reset reset back to 0 for the actual launch in October, but this content will actually be added to your account if you earn it throughout the beta weekend. So some cool free rewards here that you can take advantage of if you're playing both weekends or one versus the other. They did also give us the full PC specs. If you're interested with this, you can of course pause the video and read all the exact breakdowns here for graphic settings for 1080p, 30 FPS, low settings. You'll be looking at an RTX 2060, an AMD RX 5600 XT, or an Intel Arc A380, 6 gigs of VRAM, CPU, Intel Core i5 8400 or a Ryzen 5 2600, 16 gigs of RAM is the minimum recommendation here. Windows 10, DirectX 12, 75 gigs of storage at launch going to be necessary there. For the recommended settings, 1440p at 60 FPS or 1080p at 80 FPS, you're looking at a 3060 Ti, an RX 6700 NX, or an Intel Arc B580, 8 gigs of VRAM, an i7 10700 or a Ryzen 7 3700X, 16 gigs of RAM yet again, and then Windows 11 64-bit with DirectX 12 there, 75 gigs as well. They also detail that you're going to need TPM 2.0 enabled, secure boot enabled, HVCI capable, VBS capable, all required there as well. And they do detail a little bit more of that in the blog, saying our anti-cheat system, EA's Javelin anti-cheat, has unique modifications designed to safeguard against cheats and hacks specific to the FPS space. Javelin has been built from the ground up by a team of veteran engineers and analysts focusing on studying cheating problems for each specific game under EA's umbrella and designing unique features to solve these issues. So that will be active here in the beta. We'll be able to actually see how effective it is for the cheats that are going to be developed for Battlefield 6 here. Depends on how early on they'll be available on the market, but then we'll also get to see, will Javelin actually be solid at stopping these, or are we going to have a problem like the Black Ops 6 beta where there were cheaters running rampant? Time will tell here. Hopefully it's more of Javelin actually showing off than cheaters ruining games. Now the Battlefield Comms Twitter account also does clarify some stuff here, because there's been a lot of confusion going around with, okay, I have early access for the beta, but it's saying I need to have the full client installed, or I got to download the full game, or whatever the case is. People saying, well, if I want to play early access, do I have to pre-order to actually be able to play it because I have to download the game, and what's going on here? Battlefield Comms does clarify, saying we are aware of some of the confusion around early access entitlement for next weekend's open beta. To confirm, upon redemption of an early access key, you'll be required to download the beta client on your platform of choice when it becomes available early next week. Of course, that's already live now, so you can preload that. Early access begins on the 7th, so there'll be plenty of time to download the client. The early access key is an entitlement that'll work on any platform linked to your EA account. You choose where to play, so if you want to play it on PC, you can do so. If you wanted to play it on console, the early access gets you whatever you want there. Additionally, upon redemption, you may see a message stating base game required, and that's what everyone is really confused about here. This is referring to the beta client, which you can now preload and pre-download there. We'll relay any further updates here on the Battlefield Communications Twitter account as necessary, so just clearing up some confusion there as far as what you need to download. The beta will have its own separate client. And then lastly here, courtesy of Insider Gaming, we have every single map, mode, and weapon rounded up in one spot here, so we know exactly what will be fully accessible to us throughout the beta here. As of right now, we're going to have 4 maps available in the beta: Liberation Peak, Siege of Cairo, Iberian Offensive, and then also Empire State. For modes, we're going to have Conquest, Breakthrough, Squad, TDM, and Domination. And then for weapons here, we actually saw Charlie Intel detail some of this on Twitter a few days back, but we'll have for ARs, the M417A2, the AK205, the M4A1, for SMGs, the SGX and the PW7A2, for LMGs, the KTS100, MK8, and the L110, for DMRs, the M39 EMR and the SVK 8.6, for snipers, the M2010 ESR, for shotguns, the M87A1, and for pistols, the P18 as well. So quite a bit of content accessible. Obviously, this is not going to be everything that Battlefield 6 has to offer. Launch is going to have way more content across maps, modes, and weapons, but we get a nice chunk of that available to us throughout the beta. So as of right now, that is everything you need to know for the Battlefield 6 beta experience. Hopefully this helped you out. If you had any questions about anything in specific, or if you have others, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'll do my best to reply to those. But yeah, personally, very excited to jump in and get my hands on this for the first time, as I'm sure many of you are as well. That's going to wrap things up though. If you guys enjoyed the video, you found it helpful, be sure to drop a like. If you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.